Ага, поехали. Так, что мы? Мы таки дозвонились до дочери этого Джека или Джо. Короче, ладно, не суть. И сходили в церковь. Мы узнали, что батя нынешнего священника немножко приуныл в свое время. Проезжая мимо города, уже хотел было разбиться, но увидел 3 вот эти вот фонарика. Поэтому основал церковь. Так, ой, девочка эта, как ее там, 16-летняя, рисовала. Раньше у нее были хорошие, красивые картины, а потом она что-то тоже немножечко в депрессию впала и стала всякую ужасы рисовать. Пока вроде все. Так, что у нас? Клинику. А, да, мы узнали, что этот Джек в клинике находится. Или кто он там? Джон? Джейфри? Джейсон? Ладно, поехали в заповедник. Погуляем. А вот как раз цветочек этот. И лопата.
Well, this is it. This is where the picture was taken.
Ага. Прям вот так
I'm
вот
not sure
сразу,
what I expected to find here.
сразу так нашла.
I need to clear my head.
Ага. Долго ты так будешь? Опа. А вот это лысого.
What the?
Why, hello there. You have laid eyes on this dapper fellow once before, haven't you?
О.
I don't think so, Mr. Clean. Unless seeing your face on a bottle of detergent counts.
Always the joker,
Что знает
aren't you,
меня?
Kathy?
Так, где там?
Who are you? How do you know my name?
It is my calling to know people like you, those shackled by their past, yet yearning for change.
I feel strange. Am I dreaming?
It's the
Это-
mending. I will try to facilitate.
Кого это? Вот это
You're not real. I'm
запах.
lying asleep in my bed right now.
Focus, Kathy. Listen to the drowned girl.
You mean Lily? What about her?
Точно.
She's the one who slipped away, filled with secrets. While she may be free in death, her cold, wet hands still trap many in painful ignorance.
What is this, Woodstock poetry slam? Mine speaking like a normal person?
I knew you wouldn't disappoint. I'm glad, given how much trouble I went through to be here. You see, my name was taken from me, so I claimed a color in its stead. The next time we meet, you'll know the exact hue of red. You're on the right path, Kathy. Follow your grandfather, and everything will work out in the end.
Чё? Что за Твин Пикс начался?
Wait, what? How did I get here? Am I going crazy? Am I turning into mom?
Испуганная такая. Что-то... Так.
Cute red horse. It's this paint.
Бабушка. У нас тут неприятности, короче. Увидишь лысого человека,
Oh, hello, dear. Glad to see you again
вот
so
телек работает.
soon.
Hi, Grandma. I just thought I'd drop by.
Sure, hon. Stay as long as you'd like.
Смотри, 15 лет не виделись, а тут все сразу. Оставайся сколько хочешь. Так, ты лысого человека знаешь?
There are a few things I need to ask you, Grandma.
Very well, dear.
Угу. Так, здесь ничего нового.
What do you see in this picture, Grandma?
I have no idea, but it's quite an eerie display. What is it?
I'm trying to figure that out. I found the picture hidden in the attic.
Oh, come to think of it, the trees do look similar to the ones in Conwell Woods.
Yeah, it was taken somewhere in that area. I found out that the flower in the picture matches a rare local species.
Aren't you clever? Do let me know if you come across anything else.
Знаешь, тут так похвалила, как будто вот... Ой, молодец, какой красивый сделал это. Куличик из песка. Я тут, между прочим, не игрушки играю, а занимаюсь расследованием чего-то. Пока еще не совсем понимаю чего, но это...
I don't want to show her that. Do you know anything about this flower, Grandma?
I can't say that I do. I remember seeing it growing in the woods, but I didn't think much of it at the time.
Но я уже близко. Так.
Does this coin...
I'm afraid not.
А, ну все как бы.
Well, gotta...
Bye, Kathy.
Так, ладно. Посмотрим, что у нас тут. Может, что новое появилось? Или что-нибудь старое. Так. Моющее средство. А это не там
An
лысый дядька был?
industrial-sized jug of detergent.
Плюшевый мишка. Так, а что-нибудь к чему-нибудь применить можно?
It looks like someone was doing geometry.
Геометрия, так, ящики.
I've already searched that.
Пустые. А вот это что такое?
A worn office chair.
Нет, не кресло, вот это вот. Никак ничего, да? Кофейная чашка.
Decades old coffee. An electronic metal detector. Kind of clunky for a person to...
Так, надо, значит, узнать, что он где-то здесь что-то прятал. Стоп.
Nah, nothing else.
Может быть, я вообще тут ничего делать не надо пока. Полки, ну-ка.
Various books and office.
Да ты проверь, вдруг там где-нибудь там между книг, там между страниц что-нибудь спрятал он, а? Как играть за персонажа, если он не слушается меня? Вот вся ролевая модель разлетается просто. Вон чемодан, залезь, возьми. Так, ладно. Там что, уже потемнело, что ли? День только начался вроде. Нет, поехали-ка еще раз проверим. Опа, рисунок.
Hello.
Подожди, добрый красный человек. Ни хрена он не добрый
Creepy
оказался.
bald guy.
Вот он рисунок.
Guess no one's home.
И он нарисовал этот Ники или как его там. Брат Лэ. О, ягодки. Так, давай возьмем цветок.
Looks like a specimen of the red scythe. It's endangered. I'm not gonna take it without a really good reason.
Точно. Ладно. Еще выход. Так, пошли заберем.
That wasn't here before.
Ну и чё?
A bald man dressed in red. Oh, creepy.
Так, развернуть никак, да?
A bald...
Ладно, я знаю, кого про него спрашивать. Так, лопата. Лопата пригодится.
Hey, is this shovel taken? Good enough for me.
А вот тут уже начинается... Вот до этого все было логично, ну как бы в кармане там где... Хотя диктофон и шокер одновременно в кармане таскать. Ну, допустим. Вот лопату уже я не знаю, куда она положила. Карта. Ну... В этом... В куртке там карманы там, я не знаю. Сапог, карту там сложила. А вот лопату куда она спрятала, я не знаю. Извините. Все страньше и страньше. Так. А, все, что ли? Так, можно, конечно, к этому зайти. Или покопать могилы. Вроде мне... Так, это бабушка, да? Да, вроде у меня ничего нового нету пока такого, чтобы в полицию идти. К этим... Ну ладно, давай в клинику. Интересное зрелище. О, погоди, а это не тот, который в этой сидел?
Yep, it's full of trash. Figure that.
Так, ну не так уж и много. И можно обратно выйти, да, вход.
We meet again, Mr. Homeless Guy.
Homeless? That's the worst thing I ever heard of, and totally untrue.
So, what's up with the trash can? Digging for treasure?
Well, I'm just going through a rough patch. By the way, you owe me $10.
Yeah.
Nah, you agreed to 7.
You're busting my balls here.
Better get those balls checked out in this clinic then.
So cold. Like a stake through the heart.
What do they call you anyway?
Goober. Everyone calls me Goober.
All right, I'm Kathy.
Pleasure to meet you.
So, what's your story anyway?
Давай, рассказывай.
My story?
Yeah, don't all bums have a story?
For your information, this is all just a dry streak in my showbiz career.
Is that so? I don't recognize you at all.
I used to have more hair.
That I actually believe.
Come on, man. Frankie Gold is my stage name. Surely you must have heard of me.
Not really, no.
Oh, come
Слишком
on.
молода для
I
этого.
have starred in dozens of Hollywood movies. The Silence of the Lambert, Jacob's Bladder, The Usual Surprises, Natural Bald Killers.
Not ringing any bells.
Kids these days, no appreciation for quality cinema. Breaks my heart.
So, tell me about this acting career of yours.
What about it?
Tell me about The Silence of Lambert.
Lawrence Lambert, a real estate agent, suddenly turns mute overnight. For weeks, he tries to communicate with customers using a self-invented sign language, only to realize that true love needs no communication at all. He marries his housekeeper, who only knows 2 words in English, yes and clean. In the end, Lawrence dies of a heart attack in the arms of his lovely wife, Consuelo Lambert Vasquez. Based on a true story.
Что-то как...
I'm not sure I want to know what Jacob's Bladder is about, but
Jacob's Bladder. The tragic story of Jacob Cobb, a schizophrenic man who forms an imaginary romantic relationship with his bladder. During long and joyful monologues on the can, he starts referring to his nether regions by the name of Jenny. Sadly, before Jacob has a chance to elope with his sweetheart, he gets committed to an asylum due to increasingly erratic behavior. After a big fight with his paramour, Jacob refuses to pee for a week, and he dies from a ruptured bladder.
Что-то какой-то бред, да?
give me the rundown on The Usual Surprises.
A lighthearted comedy taking place during the surprise birthday party of a 34-year-old Sid McBacon. The story is told from 8 different perspectives to keep the audience guessing who the protagonist actually is. The movie ends with the biggest surprise of them all. Sid suddenly dies of an epileptic seizure. I guess it's more of a dark comedy.
Natural Bald Killers?
It's a dystopian vision of the future where people are valued by the quality of their hair. The protagonist, Eddie Zephyr, turns bald in high school. One day, he has simply had enough of all the teasing and the bullying, and he completely snaps. and heads out on a scalping spree in search of the perfect head of hair. Eddie makes his way to Mexico for an illegal hair transplant. However, he has an adverse reaction to the anesthesia and he dies on the operating table.
Why do you always die at the end of your movies?
Typecasting.
Oh, never mind.
Ну ладно.
Not the cultured type. I understand.
Что там у нас
I need to
записано?
ask you a few questions.
Sounds serious. Ask away.
Ну, ты ничего не знаешь, так.
Do you know what happened to Joseph Rain in 81?
I most certainly do.
Ага.
What? Tell me.
Are you sure you want to know? Not everyone can handle the truth.
Oh, just spit it out.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Abducted by aliens.
I should have known better.
Oh, I saw it, man. A big, huge light. I was a bit drunk at the time, but I had my reasons. My wife had just left me, taking the dog, not to mention I was being conscripted for the war. But I'm telling you, those goddamn aliens took him and they experimented on him. And that's why he was so messed up when they put him back.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop you there.
Open your mind, man.
Ну, я готов поверить, что там какая-то вспышка была.
Do you know who Lily Myers was?
Yep, my dad was the one who found her floating in the lake.
Really? What can you tell me about her?
Ah, geez, not a lot. I mean, teenage girls, man, they're like their own species. Impossible to figure out. Not to mention how that entire family ain't, like, people-friendly.
Now that's an understatement. Nearly started brawling with Sue the first time I met her.
She can sure deal out a mean whooping, that lady.
What do you know about Lily Myers' art?
Nothing but hearsay. People say it was pretty deranged.
И все, что ли?
Do you recognize the nickname Cocky?
Why, I used to call myself that back in Nam. Oh, how I miss that marvelous youthful ego of mine.
Why do I even bother? Do you know who Charles Uэйdu is?
Sure, he's been holed up in this clinic for the last couple of weeks.
You
Никто
saw
не
Charles
знает, а
Uэйду
он
go in
знает.
there?
Well, yeah, I just told you, man.
How did he look?
Okay, I guess. Still walking, at least.
Вот это, ну, в принципе, он же этот, бездомный ему. То есть со временными трудностями ему положено все знать. Так.
What's your opinion on the Church of the Holy Trinity?
I'd say they're good people. Isaac, the priest, is, anyway. His dad, Father Bill, on the other hand, though, he and the people he had around him were into some weird shit.
What kind of weird shit?
I don't know, they were like a cult or something, with Billy Praise himself at the top. Really shifty bunch of folks. Isaac turned it all around when his dad kicked the bucket and made it a proper church.
Так, так, так.
Interesting. Do you know anyone else who was involved in the old church?
Конечно.
Not really, I tried to stay as far away from those people as possible. Ask Isaac about it, he's a friendly guy.
All right, I might do that.
Ну, конечно, делить надо на сотку, что он говорит, но...
I don't need to show him that.
Так, о, знаешь
I
такого?
don't need to show him
Почему
that.
нет? А ты это знаешь?
Do you know anything about this flower?
It's red?
Enlightening. Do you know what this is?
Chinese fireworks, of course. I grew up in Shanghai. I know what I'm talking about. They used to call me Dong Pai, meaning round-eyed baldy. Those were some rough years. I miss the food, not to mention the women. Got 2 kids down there now, Mei Lin and Little Ping.
Time to hit the off switch now, buddy.
Блин, да. Вот есть же люди такие вот несут всякую чушь. Как будто сами верят в то, что говорят. Тут же выдумывают, тут же верят. Так. Ну это я
Do you know
спрашивал
what
уже.
this key opens?
Your heart, mademoiselle?
Oh, brother. That'd be one raggedy ass bribery attempt.
Так, это ну не
I
надо.
don't need to show him that. Do you recognize these men?
That's your granddad, right?
Yeah. What about the other two?
No idea. I think my face blindness is acting up again.
А у меня на имя.
Okay.
Я даже не помню, как тебя зовут. Лени?
Wanna smoke, buddy?
Nah, I got stage 2 lung cancer. I'm keeping it under control with a fruitarian diet.
I don't need to show him. I could, but only if I had a...
Так, ну ладно.
Okay, that's enough serious
Ну,
questions for now.
кое-что все-таки, смотри, тоже
Alrighty.
на русском переведено. Прикольно.
Okay.
Bye.
Так. Ну, хоть что-то, хоть более-менее какие-то подробности. Ничего конкретного, но... Так. Вот. Не сразу увидел.
A calendar from 1991. Guess they really liked that year. No thanks. I have better...
Да ладно, что ты, посиди.
Was expecting plastic, but this looks like a real plant.
Что там у нас? Компьютер, доска, папки, лестница, кресло.
Uncomfortable, hard plastic chairs. It's like they're intentionally trying to keep people out.
Так, сделаем вид, что так и должно быть, да?
No point. I wouldn't even know what room to
А,
go to.
да, точно. Да не такая уж и... Она же не видит, да?
Rows and columns of files. Probably easier to use the computer.
Не такая же большая больница, можно просто подойти и так.
I can't read it from here. I can't read it.
В смысле? Ну подойди ближе. Что?
I can't read it from here. Excuse me, nurse?
Она сейчас ничего не скажет хорошего.
Hey! Yeah?
Такая недовольная сразу, а.
Somebody around here hates their job.
No shit. What do you want?
I'm here to see Charles Wade.
Never heard of him. Anything else?
Bullshit. I know he's here. Listen, it's okay. I'm a friend of the family.
No, you're not, and I said he's not here. Don't make me call security.
I need to get rid of her somehow. A computer. They likely keep records.
Так. Компьютер. Я знаю, кто хорошо играет роль умирающего. И может отвлечь медсестру, да?
Hey, doofus.
Oh, hi.
А чем предложить можно?
So, how good an actor are you?
The best. The very best.
You know, that nurse in there, she said she loved you in all those movies. And that she always wished you'd give her a live performance.
Вот
I
врет.
knew it. She always gave me these strange looks. I thought it was contempt, but her face must just be cramping up from shyness.
Yeah, that's definitely it. She'd love to see you act, I'm sure.
I'm gonna have to oblige. Which movie do you think she'd like the best?
О. Так, молчание Ламберта. Она знает только 2 слова, и он умирает у меня на руках, наверное. Мочевой пузырь. Рожден лысый убийца, он умирает там от анестезии, так? Это я вообще не помню про что. Там типа от нескольких игр рассказывается.
Probably...
Oh, I'm gonna be loud.
Чего? Получится, нет? Нет, наверное, все-таки надо было...
Consuelo, how I wish I could speak. I have so many things left to say. My chest, no! It can't be! Hold me!
Даже если он не мог говорить.
Thank you. You've been a great audience.
That wasn't really an electrifying.
Так, у нее волосы, кстати, шикарные. Ну-ка, может.
Hey, doofus.
Oh,
Hey.
sure.
Natural bald killers would be the obvious.
Bald move.
Так, а как вмешаться-то?
Fernando, you've been such a good friend. I can't thank you enough for making.
I don't want to
Turn this scalp into a breathtaking golden carpet, such as the world has never seen.
Там про эпилепсию, он должен прям перед ней упасть.
I'm counting down now. 10,
I don't want to
9, 8, 7, 6. Thank you. You've been a great audience.
Так.
That wasn't really an.
В смысле вмешаться? Он должен прям перед ней упасть, начать. Хотя. Ладно, там не так уж много осталось.
Hey.
Oh, hi.
Hey.
Так.
Sure.
How about
Business.
Давай.
I can't believe you guys did all this for me. You know, what's the smell?
I don't want to.
Oh, Bobby, my head hurts. I'm
Oh.
seizing. Thank you. You've been a
Ничего не
great
понял.
audience.
Нет, что-то надо еще, наверное, сделать. Ладно, иди поговори с мошонкой.
That wasn't.
Или я что-то еще неправильно делаю.
Hey, doof.
Oh, hi.
Okay, I'm on.
Bye.
Ай-яй.
Hey,
Oh, hi.
Так.
hey.
Sure.
Definitely.
I'm feeling the. Oh, Jenny, everything is forgiven. You and me were like peas and carrots. I'm just so full of your love that I think I'm about to burst. Jenny, where did you go? Oh, I don't feel so good. Thank you. You've been a great audience.
Что-то не то. Ну, хоть достижение получил. Так.
That wasn't really an electrifying performance.
Как-то
I'll
вмешаться.
have to
Как?
intervene. Handy little shovel. I can.
Да.
Not sure what I. I prefer to smoke out.
Она даже вообще внимания не обращает.
I can't read it from.
Ну что?
Again? No thanks. I'm gonna.
Вот он перед ней стоит, тут разыгрывает роль. Она не вмешивается, так? Хоть я не хочу вмешиваться. Надо же как-то, чтобы это на него внимание обратило. И...
I don't want to show her that. I wish, but she'd just call security on me.
А может его шандарахнуть, пока он стоит?
Hey, do
Вряд
for...
ли, конечно, ну давай.
Hey,
Sure.
Так, что там у нас?
how about...
Business.
Давай, давай. Не зря же он у меня столько времени валяется.
I can't believe you guys did all this for me. You know, what's that smell? Bacon? Oh, Bobby, my head hurts. I'm seizing.
Nurse, he's seizing!
Oh shit!
Man, I feel like a total jackass. I'll have to make it up to the poor guy later.
Еще 7 баксов им дай. Так, что там у нас? Во-первых, компьютер... А, ну давай с этой стороны. Тык-тык. Ой, елки-палки. А, у меня смотри, что есть. Наверное, не получится, да?
It's labeled boot.
Подожди. Не. Ну-ка.
Employee of the month, Carlita Mendez.
Комендес.
What a joke. It's that obnoxious nurse. Employee of the month, Carlita Mendez. A calendar from 1991.
М. Пароль. Так. Смотри. Какой пароль может быть? Папки, лестницы, журналы.
Employee of the month, Carlita Mendez. What a joke. It's that. A calendar from 1991. Guess they really liked that year. No
Какой там пароль
thanks.
может быть?
I have better things.
Как бы особо.
Rows and columns of.
Несерьезно, как? Так, а здесь у меня что?
Labeled boot.
Загрузка. А, ну-ка. Что я не подумал-то? Уже вытянуть этот можно. Пароль. Че я туплю-то? Если я попробую. Что она скажет? А, чешется рука. Давай.
Nah, I don't see any reason to break.
Так.
Crap. Looks like I have to figure out
Дарующая.
the username some other way.
Ну, я уже выяснил. Дарующая, а... Мендес или Мендис? Ладно. Воу! Так, а как я забыл уже, как его зовут-то?
Not now.
Мысли not now.
Not now.
Не беси меня, пожалуйста. Чарльзу Уэйду. Чарльз. Что не пишет? Может, Уэйд надо было писать. Уэйд или Уэйд? Ага, вот он.
Gotcha.
Смерти нету. 24-й. Так. Смотри, если он в 24-м родился, то в 41-му было 16. А в 42-м, получается, 17. 20 лет, только 44. Ну, 18. А, ну, может быть. Ай, пошел. Может, даже в 17 поступил в эту академию. Так. Инвазивная операция на сердце. Неделю, хорошо. Так, а чё? Ага, вот 6Б. Стабильно. Хорошо. Стабильный пациент. Опа. Привет.
It's all right, Claude.
О.
Understood, sir.
So, you managed to find me.
Угу.
I did.
Well, let's get this over with then. How do you want your pictures? Shall I get some tubes to fill my face with? Will that suffice for your front page?
I'm no journalist. Well, not yet anyway.
Ну, как бы рисовано.
She's but a cub.
Угу.
So, you're hoping for your big break. Surely this must be worth an internship at one of the big papers. Do you want me to call Thompson at the Times and get it over with? I still play golf with him every once in a while.
Заткнись, во-первых. Да.
You're assuming a lot, Mr. Wade.
Guilty as charged. It's a stance I find remarkably effective for a man with little time and a tendency to be correct.
Понятно, почему вы с дедушкой
You
не
might
очень.
want to rethink that attitude. I have a history of surprising people.
Is that so? Very well. I'll indulge you for now. Who are you then?
I'm Kathy Rain. Joseph was my grandfather.
Now I remember. You were at the funeral.
А ты откуда
I
знаешь?
was.
You were late.
I needed my morning smoke. Besides, it's not like Grandpa was going anywhere.
Oh, just look at her, Claude. She's absolutely fearless. That's Joseph's blood running through her
улыбнулся уже.
veins.
She certainly has a smart mouth, sir.
I must say, you have me intrigued, Kathy. What can this old man help you with?
Так.
Do you know anything about what happened to my grandfather in 81?
I wish I did, Kathy. You must know I did everything in my power to help. How do you think Mary Elizabeth could afford all that expensive treatment? MRIs, neurologists, say what you will about Joseph. But he was never rich.
Это
Strange.
понятно.
Grandma never mentioned that to me.
She's just too proud. At first she refused. She was convinced that I had an agenda.
А как будто
that
не
there
было,
were
да?
strings attached.
Зачем ты купил картины? А,
And
ну
were
дойдем
there?
до этого еще.
Don't be silly. Despite all that had happened, I still loved Joseph dearly. I wanted to help. People from places like this have a deeply rooted mistrust in the rich, passed on for generations. In her eyes, I had become one of them.
So that's all you know about the whole affair?
Are you implying that there's more to know? I left the diagnosis to the professionals. Mrs. Rain accepted the health care, but asked me to stay out of everything else.
Ага, а эти кто выкупил картины?
I see. What can you tell me about your friendship with Grandpa?
Joseph was the best friend I ever had. We grew up together, married our high school sweethearts together, went to war together. I can't even begin to count the number of times he's saved my life. I repaid the favor once or twice.
Тоже во сколько вы женились? 16, 18
So,
на войну
when
сразу?
did you two lose touch? I heard that something happened between you and him. What was it?
The truth is, Brian Rain happened. Sharon Evans happened.
My parents?
Yes, they ruined everything with their vile, destructive behavior. I couldn't have that around my daughter or my newborn grandson. Joseph was naive. He believed that anyone could be helped, that anyone could be reasoned with,
Чего?
given a chance. He was just too good, bless him. He should have been harder on Brian, more strict.
Ну, какая-то мутная там история, я так понимаю, да? С другой стороны, батя исчез еще когда, что она без него росла. А мама с ума спятила. Может, он и прав в чем-то. Я же не знаю, как там все было, да?
It's hardly Grandpa's fault. He did everything he could to set my father straight.
Oh, I never claimed to doubt Joseph's commitment, but I'm not going to ignore his flaws either. Your grandfather often used his heart when he should have used his head.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
I believe it is, objectively. But I shouldn't speak ill of the dead.
Ты скоро, кстати,
Eventually, my company
присоединишься
grew
еще.
much too large for this little town, and we moved on. Not long after that, your grandfather ended up in that wheelchair. That marked the end of our friendship, for obvious reasons.
А мне сказали, что вы дружить перестали задолго, незадолго, может, но все равно до этого момента. Так.
Do you recognize the call sign Cocky?
Would be strange if I didn't, since I was the one who coined it. It belongs to a fellow named Jimmy Cochran. He was a coward, really. The nickname is somewhat of a bad joke.
Вот.
Perfect. Thanks.
Что ты можешь сказать про этого Кokraна?
Tell me about Jimmy Cochran. Is he still alive?
In a literal sense, he's been held in a mental institution for years.
Ой.
Let me guess. Since 81?
Either 82 or 83. I'm fairly certain it was early 83.
Do you remember the name of the institution?
Something starting with an E. Emerson, Everton, or similar.
Ingstrom? Ingstrom Psychiatric Hospital?
Опа, а там мама, да?
Yes, that's the one. You know the place, Kathy.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it. I've passed the building a few times in the city.
Нечего ему
So,
пока знать
do you know
ничего.
why Jimmy ended up in there?
Some obsessive-compulsive syndrome. He became
Oh, papa.
fixated with circles and started
yeah.
hurting himself, trying to
Круги.
scratch the circles out of his head.
Creepy. I wonder what set him off. I think I'll check the place out tomorrow. Too late to head back to the city now. What can you tell me about the Church of the Holy Trinity?
They seem like any other church to me. But then again, I'm not their usual clientele. Weddings, baptisms, and funerals are just about what I can muster. And I always leave early.
Баптизизм. Ай! Хорошо получилось. Так, ну давай про Лили узнаем.
You bought a number of paintings by Lily Myers. Why?
I'm known to dabble in art from time to time. Martha, my wife at the time, was enamored with the paintings. I believe she first saw them at the high school which the Myers girl attended.
Вот это он
Anyway,
точно врет.
after the poor girl killed herself, I bought the paintings speculatively. When a young artist with any talent to speak of commits suicide, it can be a wet dream of certain connoisseurs. Shortly after procuring the art, I had it valued by an expert who determined that the value was 3 times the amount I bought it for. Today, I'm sure I would have made my money back tenfold or more if it wasn't for the art theft.
What art theft?
There was a burglary at the mansion I used to own here in town. It was all over the local news at the time.
Я
Well,
проверю.
shit.
Eloquently put.
Я думаю, он врет все-таки. Вот он вот
Can you tell me about the art
100
theft?
пудов врет.
Well, somebody broke in, stole the paintings, and got out. Fairly clumsy job. Lots
Что
of broken windows.
вообще вот про
The
картины
strangest
полностью.
thing was that I had a Monet, a Rembrandt, and 2 paintings by Picasso, untouched. But every single painting by an unknown local artist.
Я их, может быть, в натуре украли,
That
но
can't be a
купил он их.
coincidence.
Agreed. Somebody wanted those paintings badly.
Хотя...
I assume there was an investigation.
Yes, Sheriff Truman came by with his deputy a few hours later, but they didn't have much luck. They found a few hairs, which turned out to be from Ruffles, the family dog.
Собака
Some
украла
stunning police
картину.
work right there.
Indeed. There was a single witness, though, who said he could make out multiple
Бродяга
burglars
тут, да?
leaving the scene of the crime, but nothing more than that.
So, I take it the case was closed?
Yes. I honestly didn't care much one way or the other, given the fact that my most expensive pieces were safe and sound.
I think I'll have a chat with the sheriff about the matter, if that's okay with you.
Certainly. I'll call ahead and instruct him to give
О,
you
ну хоть где-то он не будет там говнить
That'd be
сидеть.
great. Thanks, Charles.
anytime. But I'm curious, what's your interest in the paintings?
I've learned that my grandfather went to Sue and asked to see them, right before he had his injury.
Is that so? Strange.
Так.
I don't need to show him that. I don't.
Буду тыкать все.
Do you know what this is?
A flower. Why don't you consult a botanist instead of bother?
У тебя тут много цветов, я смотрю. Любишь цветы, да?
I don't need to show him that.
Так.
What do you see in this picture, Charles?
Fireflies would be my best guess. They can grow terribly large around these parts.
Ай, пропустил. Так.
I don't need to show him that. Do you recognize this, Charles?
Of course.
Да, елки.
Your grandfather, me, Jimmy Cochran, taken shortly
Ага,
before
вот
we
мы про
went to the
Джимми
war.
Кокрана узнали.
You guys look like you just won the lottery or something.
Indeed. We were mere children, with no concept of what we were getting into.
Ну да.
I don't need to show him that.
Курить не хочешь?
I don't need to show him. He's being cooperative at the moment. I shouldn't push my luck. Do you know what this key opens?
You must be truly desperate if you ask random people a question
Да.
like that.
Случайные люди знают много случайных вещей. Например, откуда этот ключ? Так, все, с тобой больше не о чем разговаривать.
Thanks, Charles. That's all I need for now.
You're welcome, Kathy. Come back anytime.
Угу. Что у нас есть телефон?
A private phone. Wade must get special privileges here.
Угу.
Just some boring landscape paintings. Just some boring...
Тоже, да.
Looks like Wade brought some of his old tunes with him.
Так.
That guy is huge. I wonder how many cows he eats per day. That guy is...
Ну все, мне больше тут делать нечего. Ладно. Так. Она еще ничего не пришла. Видимо, он ее действительно как-то увлек. Так. Бесплатная клиника. Так, сейчас, секундочку. Угу. А, можно было паузу нажать, да? В следующий раз так и сделаю. Так, ну что можно? Полицейский участок сгонять? Так, здесь узнать про... У бабушки надо поспать, можно будет. Так, о, может пацан появился? А то как бы не... А если это пацан, который выжил после аборта? Он еще говорил, моя мама здесь. А я неправильно понял, что она мертвая, а на самом деле это она и есть. Ну, потому что тут непонятно как-то мистика какая-то появляется. Какой-то человек в красном. Какие-то... Прайс. Нет, по-моему, не было еще такой фамилии.
I'm just gonna let Graham.
Достижение. И я даже не знаю. Подожди, про кого-то еще говорили, кто умер, нет? Ну ладно, не зря приходил, достижение получил. Так, туда я последняя очередь. Поехали к Лени, или как его там зовут. Узнаем про Красного человека. Чувака. Спуститься не хочешь?
Looks like there's a small dock with a couple of boats.
О, чайка. Наверное, чем-то можно будет лопатой ее. Так, про круги можно будет спросить. Про ботанику, про это.
55 degrees.
Ой,
Not too
холодно.
chilly, thankfully.
Ну как, нормально.
Oh, it's you again. Come on in.
Ой, что-то мне так прям неохота. Вот каждый раз туда заходить. Боюсь, что-нибудь не то спрошу. И вот это... О, а куда он делся?
No Nathan today?
Nah, haven't seen Nate all day. Probably out in the woods.
Еще раз, что ли, в лес направиться? Так, еще что-нибудь новое есть тут? Рисунки посмотреть. Подожди, давай с тобой поговорим. О чем? А не о чем.
I had a few more.
Shoot.
I don't need to ask her about.
Ладно.
Did you know that somebody stole Lily's paintings from Wade?
Huh? I knew he got robbed a few years back, but I thought he still had them all.
Так. Вот про вот это вот.
Sue, what do you see in this picture?
My God, that looks like one of Lily's paintings.
Опа, вот видишь, не зря, уже не зря.
Can you describe it?
It was in that time scene, just like the photo, but the lights were floating above the lake. There was a pale hand reaching up from beneath the surface trying to touch them. The forest in the background was on fire, making the sky purple and red. There were probably other details too, but that's what I can remember.
Sounds captivating. Wish I could have seen it.
Так.
No reason to show her that.
Ага, вот про вот это что-нибудь знаешь?
Do you know anything about this flower?
Sure. Smoked it a few times back in the day, before it was endangered and all.
Yeah?
Серьезно?
What was it like?
Similar to pot, but stronger and more unpredictable. Never touched this stuff after I got pregnant with Lily.
Мать года просто.
All right.
Появилась у меня, конечно, мыслишка тут одна. Я знаю, где растет один цветок, у меня есть лопата. А еще полпачки сигарет.
Look what I found in the forest.
That Nate's handiwork? I keep telling him to stop littering the outside with those, but that boy got a short memory. Keep it if you want. Plenty more where that came from.
Так, то есть ты ничего про Красного человека не... Ладно.
I think I'm gonna.
Sure thing, little cat.
Так, а могу сжечь что-нибудь?
That's kind of an arbitrary thing to do.
Так. Может, еще рисунки какие появятся? Лили, я... что же сделать надо, а?
Looks like Nathan knows the strange red man. I need to talk to him about this.
Меня тут больше всего, конечно...
Is this how Nathan still sees himself? As a little boy?
То, что тут Лили есть, вот это
That
меня...
must be Lily. She seems very happy looking up at the red man. A bald man dressed in red. Oh, creepy.
Сюда? Потому что я сомневаюсь, что он такой добрый. Он какой-то криповый немножечко. И... Так, ты забрала рисунок-то? Нет? А. Вообще оставила, да? Ты что-нибудь знаешь про
I had
Красного
a few more
человека?
questions.
Shoot.
Do you know who the red man is?
Oh, that's just Nate's imaginary friend. The red man has been around ever since my boy was little.
I see. So there's no actual person in town he could be referring to?
No way! According to Nathan, the red man hasn't changed in 30 years.
Решит ли она, что я...
The red man actually exists.
What? That's crazy.
Ну ладно, не хочешь, да ладно.
I think I'm gonna.
Sure thing.
Вряд ли мне кто-то поверит. Так, хорошо. Видишь, мы про Красного человека немножко узнали.
Conwell Lake, where Lily Myers met her demise.
Куда еще я хотел? А,
Looks like there's a small dock with a couple of boats.
можно еще раз в церковь заехать, узнать получше, что там было. Нет, давай в лес. Так, это клиника, там, по-моему, ничего хорошего не будет. Про Красного человека спрашивать мне как-то, думаю, лень. А вот там, вдруг там этот лень ходит. Нету никого. Точно никого? Так, давай-ка попробуем выкопать. Нет.
Not sure what I'd want to dig up
В
there.
смысле? Так, переруби.
I'm trying to cut down on the pyromania.
Ты не понимаешь, да?
That's not how you treat pre.
Давай, я знаю,
Looks
надо...
like a specimen of the red. It's endangered. I'm not gonna take it without a really good reason.
У нас очень веский повод есть. Значит, смотри. Цветок, потом собираем мясорубку, перекручиваем его, высушиваем. Ты меня слушаешь, нет? Или подожди, сначала высушить, потом перемолоть. Так, святой пастор. Ну-ка, рассказывайте мне, чем тут
Hello,
ваш батя
Isaac.
занимался?
I'm all ears.
Я слышал, тут какая-то секта была. А чё, а почему она про секту ничего не спрашивает?
I don't need to show.
И не показывает. Так.
This may sound strange, but have you heard of or seen a strange man dressed in red?
Only our Lord and Savior Jesus. Surely his rags were drenched in blood as he lay upon the cross.
Да, нашла кого спрашивать,
That's
конечно.
not what I meant. I mean someone here in Conwell
И
Springs.
он еще лысый был.
Are you joking? I haven't seen a person like that, no.
Если бы он был в пурпур одет, я бы сказал, что кто это. Это мафиозник. Так.
Do you know who Jimmy Cochran is?
I don't recognize that name, no.
Что ты запнулся-то, а?
Do you know anything about an art?
I have just a vague
Угу.
That's all I need for now, Father.
May the Lord shine his light on you.
Ну тут вроде ничего не изменилось. Выходи, выходи. Так. Значит, можно... Про картины узнать, поспрашивать про Красного человека. И... Пожалуй, все. А, позвонить можно отсюда.
Hey, Lenny.
Hello, Kathy. What's up?
Зап.
Do you know who Jimmy Cochran is?
Not really, Kathy. Sorry.
Угу.
Do you know anything about...
You're joking, right?
Oh. Nah,
Почему
I don't want
никто-
to ask him about that.
Почему никто не
Well, gotta go.
воспринимает Красного
See ya.
человека всерьез, а? Так, шериф.
Hello, Sheriff. Mind if I ask you a few more questions?
If you must.
Да я думаю, ты уже заколебала.
Do you know anything about a weird bald guy dressed in red around here?
What the hell are you talking about?
Never mind.
А о лысом человеке в красном. Что, так сложно представить, что ли?
Do you know who Jimmy Cochran is?
Nope.
Do you know anything about the art theft in the Wade estate?
Yes, Mr. Wade phoned ahead about that.
Аж поперхнулся, а?
Lenny!
Yes, boss?
Get the report from the burglary in the Wade estate back in '86?
On it, boss. There you go, Kathy.
Thanks, buddy.
Так, я смогу спуститься сейчас? Так, нет, давай почитаем сначала. Франклин Голд. Подожди, это не этот? Я говорю, на имена вообще у меня памяти никакой, я не помню, как этого звали. Что у нас? В марте похитили. Что, он целый месяц ждал, что ли? Чтобы Странно, смотри, месяц прошел, и потом через... Сколько получается? Не, ну оно, конечно, забавно. 1,5 месяца прошло. Ой, что-то у нас не получается его найти картины, так что мы не будем ничего расследовать. А налоги на что уходят, а? $15 000, между прочим. Это на тот момент. А сейчас бы они стоили, как я не знаю сколько, кстати, эти картины. Бесценные. Так, подожди, ну Gold Farb. По-моему, этого тоже Gold Farb звали, нет?
I gotta find this Goldfarb guy.
Нет,
Maybe he knows more about the burglary.
Нет, видимо, не он. Так, ты что знаешь про...
Hey, Lenny.
Hello, Kathy.
Does the name Franklin Gold...
Sounds familiar, but I can't...
Тоже ты не можешь.
Well, got it.
See ya.
Ага. Это точно ничего не скажет больше.
Hello, Sheriff. Mind... Does the name Franklin Goldfarb mean anything to you?
Never heard of him.
Нет, все,
That's all
спасибо.
for now.
Good.
По-моему, они еще, это растение еще стало желтее. Наверное, не получится уже.
I don't have a reason to go in there.
Так. Ну все, можно к бабушке возвращаться пока. Клиника там, чё? Ну только заехать, глянуть этот, чё, ушел, не ушел.
Yep, it's full of...
Ну как-то они там... Что, серьезно, он ее соблазнил? Там они там вдвоем в палате остались, что ли? На кладбище тоже как бы делать особо нечего. Так, найдем сейчас Goldfarb.
Nah, nothing like that in here.
А, он же в этой сидит.
Nope, could... No result. Nah, nothing... No Goldfarb in here. Maybe he moved?
Так, кого у этого можно спросить, кстати, у священника. Блин, надо же позвонить, подожди. Давай, ты там в интернете можешь найти? Ну же.
No answer. Guess he isn't.
McConnell Air Force Base, how can I help?
Hi. I was just wondering if you had...
Sure thing, man.
Так.
Do you know anything about a pilot named Jimmy Cochran? He was assigned to your base during World War II. Maybe even longer?
Hold on, let me check.
Так. Первым
Yes, Jimmy Cochran, fighter pilot born 1922,
старше.
of duty in Japan from 41 to 42, honorably discharged for health reasons. Spent some time as a civilian pilot elsewhere in the U.S. until he returned to the flight academy here in the capacity of a teacher. Mr. Cochran was the major proponent of opening up the academy to civilian students. He continued teaching at this base until a sudden resignation in 1983 for unspecified reasons.
All right, thanks.
Первому попавшемуся рассказываю, смотри, все. Ну, почти все. Если заранее не попросить.
I don't see a reason. I don't see a reason.
Вообще должны были им заинтересоваться.
I don't see a reason.
Ладно, спасибо,
All right,
до свидания.
Goodbye, ma'am.
Так, кто там у нас?
I don't need to call him right.
Почему бы и нет?
I don't need to call him.
Так. Она может знать про этого.
You've reached Erica Wade. Leave a message.
Так. Бабушку спросить? Или в церковь? Подожди, кого-то спросить можно осталось. Ну, только в церкви или бабушку. Ну, давай, она рядом.
Oh,
Бабуля, есть разговор.
There are a few things I need to ask you, Grandma.
very well, dear.
Так.
Do you know who Jimmy Cochran is? He was a friend of Grandpa's.
I believe he teaches at the flight school these days.
I don't think so, at least not anymore. I was told he was placed in a mental facility.
Really? He always struck me as a kind man, maybe a bit nervous and on edge, but not crazy.
There's more. I found out that Jimmy asked Grandpa for help not long before Grandpa ended up in that wheelchair. Jimmy sounded really desperate. I'm sure what happened to Grandpa that night had something to do with his cry for help.
You should go find the man then. Surely he must know something.
That's the plan. I just wondered if there's anything else you think I should know about him.
Not really. We haven't stayed in touch since Joseph was injured. I know that he had a wife, Agatha, and a son, James. Agatha passed away from cancer years ago, but as far as I know, James still lives in the city with his family.
Okay, thanks, Grandma.
Так.
I don't see a reason.
Ну, понятно.
I don't see a reason to...
Почему нет?
Does the name Franklin Goldfarb mean anything to you?
Oh, that poor man. He used to be an upstanding citizen.
Нет.
Now he's constantly drinking and keeps babbling on.
Я же говорю, что это он был, но...
Career of his.
Sad thing. Do you know where I can find him?
He's homeless, dear. Lost his job a few years ago and never really got back on his feet.
Okay, now I know who you're talking about. Thanks, Grandma. Looks like I'm gonna have to have a chat with Goober.
Так.
I don't want to show her that. I don't want to show...
Ну, все вроде.
Bye, Grandma.
Так, а
I'll be
где
back
мне
later.
часто его найти?
So long.
Пойти в церковь зайти? Так, там что делать нечего. Ну, вполне может опять сидеть. А,
Hello, Isaac. I've got a few more
I'm all.
Do you know who Franklin Goldfarb is?
I'm afraid not, my child.
That's all I need.
May the Lord shine his light on...
Так, ну мы же его оставили в этой клинике. Может, он там до сих пор в палате какой-нибудь лежит. Прикинь, такой крюк сделать, чтобы узнать, спросить, ты знаешь, как он, Голдблюма? Нет, не знаю. Ну ладно, и обратно вернуться. Вот она здесь опять. Ну точно она... Стоп, подожди. Нет. Нет. Ну ладно, давай спросим про Голдблюма.
I have some more questions. I don't need to ask him.
Почему бы его не спросить?
Do you know who Franklin Goldfarb is?
I'm not familiar with...
Thanks,
Ладно.
Charlie.
Но, видимо, здесь его не будет. Значит, она его отправила. Куда он мог пойти?
I need a word, Miss Mendez.
Wait, how do you know my name?
It's written on that board behind you, genius.
You have the eyesight of a bald eagle or something?
What can I say? I'm a freak of nature. What happened to Goober, anyway?
Who?
The guy who had the seizure?
Oh, he ran off somewhere. Kept babbling about a religious near-death experience.
Okay, thanks.
Так. Ну, это на что-то должно намекать, но и... Возможно, сейчас он может быть уже в этой церкви. Или на кладбище. Или в церкви. Ага, вот он. Уверовал, да? Мне немножко стыдно, конечно, за это.
Hello again, Goober.
You again? Are you stalking me, girl? You pop up everywhere I go. I'll try to tone down the charm, but I can't promise anything.
Huh, yeah, you're quite the charmer.
I know. I just said that, man.
Listen, I feel kind of bad about the electrocution.
Oh, that's what it was. What a cherry on top of my stellar performance.
Yeah, it was...
So what brings you to the house of God? Come to repent?
I'm afraid that ship has long since sailed, buddy. I had a few things I wanted to ask you about, though.
Shoot, Missy!
16 лет аборт сделать, конечно, это немножко от религии, наверное, отпугнет. Или наоборот, это столкнуть может. Ну как, подтолкнуть.
Your real name is Franklin Goldfarb, right?
Oh, nobody calls me that.
Regardless, I know for a fact that you were a witness to a burglary a few years back at the Wade estate.
Yeah, what about it?
Why don't you tell me what you saw exactly?
I heard the alarm go off, glass breaking, then I saw 3 guys running away, carrying a bunch of stuff.
What did they look like?
It was dark, I don't know, they were definitely 3 big, bulky guys. They
what?
Oh, nothing, that's it. Didn't see anything else.
Давай говори уже.
Bullshit, spit it out.
Well, one of those guys dropped his ring when running away. I sort of pawned it.
A ring? What kind of ring?
Platinum with an inscription. 2 letters, B something. Man, I don't remember. My photographic memory stopped working in 1979.
Which pawn shop was that?
Pete's Pawning and Plumbing. It closed down a long time ago, though. Owner left town. There's a coffee shop back there now.
Too bad. Guess that's a dead end. Thanks anyway.
Погоди, еще не все.
Didn't I see 2 letters fitting that description recently? Not on a building. It was something small.
Не на ключике ли? Ладно, сейчас давай досмотрим, потом поспрашиваем.
don't need to ask him.
Ладно.
I should probably I don't need to ask.
А, ну все, да.
Do you know what this key?
Your heart?
Oh.
Ладно, это я уже спрашивал. Так, 2Ч или там как было 2Б?
That'd be. Okay.
See ya.
It's a small key, fairly modern design. It's the penny I found in the briefcase. Grandpa and me, we had this game where he would hide. Never in the attic, though. I thought it was too scary up there.
Маленький предмет с двумя выгравированными. Че? Погоди-ка.
My trusty Zippo. There's a crude inscription, BH, which is a mystery to me. My trusty Zippo. The only thing there's a crude inscription, BH, which is a mystery to me. Did the inscription on the ring look anything like this?
Wow, actually exactly like that.
А почему он говорил сначала 2Ч? Так, подожди.
Somebody in town must know what
тут две
BH
А.
stands for.
Вот перевод, конечно, а. Батя оставил, да, значит?
Hello, Isaac.
I'm all...
Do you know what BH means?
I'm sorry, but...
That's all I need for now.
May the Lord...
Так, кто может знать? Ты не знаешь, ты тоже. У кого можно спросить? Что у нас тут? Вроде темнеет опять, нет? Закат. Или я просто опять не обращаю внимания на погоду? Ну... Пацан, ты здесь?
Conwell Springs.
Ну и ясно, нет никого. Ладно. Прайс. Ну не просто же так это все записано. Стоит, лежит это. Значит, там тоже надо будет туда проникнуть. Лопата же тоже не просто так. Да, значит, ей надо что-то откопать будет. Так, бабушка, потом спрошу. Хотя, давай по очереди.
Oh.
There are a few things I need.
Very well.
Do you recognize the acronym BH? It's on Dad's lighter.
Yes, dear, it means the Black Hats. They're those ruffians on motorcycles whom your father associated with.
Oh, his biker gang. That makes sense. What can you tell me about the Black Hats?
I refuse to talk about those hoodlums. They turned your father into a horrible person. You should stay far away from them, Kathy. They're awful people, just awful.
Просто скажи мне, где они находятся, чтобы я туда случайно не пришла. И все.
See you later, Grams.
Так, хулиганы. Значит, в полицейском участке о них точно знают. Так, ну ладно, пока, наверное, можно паузу сделать. Потом продолжить. Ну, потому что уже действительно сколько уже прошло уже. Больше часа, наверное, записываю. Пока.